Back everybody to another edition of TalkingWithHeroes.com talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, your host, and we're still here in Afghanistan, and we're in Jalalabad still at Camp Huey. I'm with Specialist Harris, and shortly we're going to be going into the first aid station. We'll be talking to Sergeant Pennington, and he'll be telling us a little bit about what happens in the first aid station here. And but again, as with all new segments, I want to thank the people that made it possible for us to be here. And so I want to thank again Rob Brazell with returntowork.org, blackhawk.com, Anthony Pace of freedomhunters.org, Ellen Gray with newsblaze.com, Bill Wisniewski with number5jump.com, Sportsman's Warehouse, the manager John Fly there in Colorado Springs, sportsmanswarehouse.com, my friend Eric Chia in Olathe, Kansas, Colin Clark in Elizabeth, Colorado, Debbie Gregory of militaryconnection.com, soldiersangels.org, and of course Chief Warrant Officer retired Dennis McCormack in Colorado Springs. They're the ones that made this trip possible. So I want to thank them all. And also, as we get these videos online, we're asking everybody to tell everybody they know about these videos from our troops in Afghanistan so we can get millions of people watching this. So what we're going to do now, Specialist Harris, why don't you share a little bit, because you have that mic there, about what we're going to be doing inside here.
Well, this is the aid station. We basically do sick call and any sort of trauma. If anybody gets hurt, this is where you go. It's the first stop for any sort of injury or sickness during the workday.
Okay. That was a little abrupt on camera, but hey, I'm not a professional, right? Okay, let's go ahead and go in. Okay, so go ahead.
This is the aid station, and we're going to have Sergeant Pennington here tell you all about what we do here and how this operation helps the soldiers.
Okay, welcome Sergeant Pennington, Talking with Heroes. If you don't mind, just to get started, tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe how long you've served, just a little bit about your family back home. And
I've been in the Army for 4.5 years, and I have a wife back home, and she's graduating from Butler University's pharmacy school next month, and then I'm headed to Butler University in August for their PA program. Great.
Okay, and so you've been here on the entire deployment. You're out of with the 4th BCT, 4th ID out of Fort Carson, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And this is my second deployment. Last deployment was with the 2nd Brigade of 2ID to Baghdad, Iraq.
Well, that's right. We talked about that earlier. You were there. I was there at the same time you were.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Okay. I've actually had a couple soldiers come up to me. I can't remember his rank. Ariola?
Yep, Captain
Yeah,
Ariola.
he recognized me and said, hey, you were in Baghdad. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay, well, talk about what's going on in here, and I'm going to kind of, if you want to walk around, that's okay, and I'll follow you, and we'll try to kind of scan here. And
Oh, what happens in here, we put all the medical records in the computers here, and they get sent back to the states. That way soldiers' records are maintained and kept up to date. Sergeant Dicer keeps track of patient tracking and makes sure that the brigade commander and battalion commander all know all the soldiers that come in and visit our sick call or get injured during the day. That way, if there are any trends or anything, we can prevent what's happening from happening again. We also keep keep a large supply of all our meds here, and that's just in case anything happens. Most of the time we don't use a whole lot of them, but if something were to come up, we do have them. And then we do training. That way the soldiers can keep up to date on their medical skills, like Specialist Harris. That way next year, whenever he has to go up for his EMT recertification, all the classes are already done because we've had the time here to train for him.
okay, and then this is obviously over here for the patients if they need to be examined, right?
Yeah, so we're here, yeah, this is the patient examination area, and as well as if we ever were to have a trauma, we have all our equipment here just to make sure we can take care of them.
So hopefully you're not keeping very busy right now, right?
No, not since we moved here. We haven't really had to see too many visitors because Fenty is across the street. They have a larger hospital.
Okay, so in the Nuristan province, which is where you were,
Yes.
you know, I had a lot of call-ins from some of your troops here about reconstruction projects that were going on, and a lot of the was there more? Were you busier over there? Or?
Our COIN and our PRT units did a lot of that. The MPs that I worked with, we helped to establish the Afghan National Police and just make it so that they were reaching out to their community leaders, as well as maintaining security checkpoints to watch for any enemy movement.
Okay. I noticed out in the hallway there's some cards that people can pick up. Talk about like care packages, maybe letters from home. How is that helping you here, or maybe even in Nuristan?
When I was in Nuristan, I got a few. Some of the bigger ones where we got boxes of pillows. So some of the soldiers that had to go up to an OP and stay for a week to 14 days at a time would have pillows to take up with them instead of having to take their pillow that they slept with down the fob and get it all dirty. Also, we get lots of candy and books, so I had lots of reading to do as well.
Any particular organizations that you can remember that? Not really. That's okay.
Actually, the American Legion in Danville, Indiana. That was it.
Which is where you're from.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Would you like to say hi to some family and friends back home?
To my wife, Miranda Pennington. Tell her I love you.
Okay. I have a friend last name Pennington in Kentucky. She runs an organization there. Is that any connection?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay. It's called Military Missions.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
I did a show up there. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with people back home? Maybe about continuing to support the mission here? Or?
Continue to support it, and hopefully everyone will be home here shortly.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Sergeant. Thank you. Okay, well, Sergeant Harris, why don't you, Specialist Harris, I'm sorry, I just promoted you.
Don't bother me.
Okay, well, I won't tell anybody. Tell us what we're going to do tomorrow, and we'll continue on this tape tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning we're going to go and train with the ANA. We're going to teach them some of our techniques for when you first come on a casualty, when your friends or comrades first gets hurt, what you can do to get them to a hospital.
Okay, well, we'll continue this then next stop.